Alrighty guys, what is going on everybody? Happy New Year's to you all. I hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys have had a great day here for today and a good start to the new year, my friends. Hope everyone is doing well. Glad to have y'all here. We got ourselves quite a big storm here, trying to brew here, coming for really the first week of January. So we're going to have to look out there for that. But anyways, let's go ahead and see who we have here before we dive on into it. We have TRG, we have Tash, we have Crystal, Rodney, Mark, SLDS, Kathy, Dawn, Autumn, Melvin. Let's see here. Lord, we have Lucy, we have Mark, we have Pilots, we have Polar Vortex, we have Todd, we have MP, we have Jill, Emily. Let's see here. Mary, Benjamin. What's up, guys? Hope y'all are doing good. And everybody else who is not chatting and just, kind of tagging along here. Let's see here. Okay, we'll get into zip codes later on, Mary. Okay, you're going to have to wait till after we go over the main overall view. But anyways, so in order to understand the weather current or in the future, like I said, we typically look at the, the weather that's currently happening. Right now, there's not a whole lot going on right now. It is relatively calm for the most part, but that is going to go ahead and quickly change. Let me go ahead and actually add this. I've got to bring up the pin here. But yeah, so right now we have ourselves a big dome of high pressure. So basically a big area of high pressure that's basically leading to relatively calm conditions, relatively, clear conditions, not a whole lot of activity going on. So the country for the most part right now is relatively calm. Now we do have a little bit of precipitation working its way throughout the mid-Atlantic here. A little bit of snow showers for those upper elevations could actually be a possibility. But, for the most part, this is mostly just rain. The temperatures actually out there right now are in the upper 30s. So obviously too warm to actually, stick or, in some instances, in this case, to actually even snow. It is relatively mostly just rain. But that is going to be changing, my friends. We have not one, but two storm systems we're going to need to watch out for over the next coming days here. Let's see here. What's up, Chris? Saying hello. Kenneth says hi. What's up? What's up, Elizabeth? What's up, Sarago? What's up, Lucy? Let's see here. How's everyone? I'm doing good. I'm doing good myself, and I hope you guys are doing great out there as well. Like I said, Happy New Year to you guys. If this is the first time you're joining us in the new year, let's go and hop our way over to the models, guys. A little bit of a sneak peek. Anyway, so we're going to take a look at models. Obviously, when it comes to weather forecasting, we have more than one model. Models use different equations overall, which, they're totally different. They're not the same. And so weather models run on supercomputers, which is a big, powerful computer. It calculates current conditions and it projects it in the future. So I'm sure you guys mostly know what models are. So this is a rough estimate of what could happen in the future. Now, the reason we can't look at just one, because that's one opinion, we need to take a look at, in this case, we're going to look at 4 different models. Obviously, more model support, the more models we look at, the more we can kind of average out some things, okay? So we're going to start off with one of the well-known models. This is called GFS. This is the American model, long-range model of American. So you can see, once again, we were talking about that the big ridge, big dome of high pressure, relatively calm across a lot of the country here, except for that little disturbance across the east. But we work our way down in time. Now that high pressure kind of rolls its way out to sea here, but then you can see here the time is up here. So this is 1 p.m. Eastern time for January 3rd. We're going to possibly get a little bit of rainfall across areas like like Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, even Florida and Georgia. Possibly could see a little bit of precipitation. Now, as we work our way into the 4th, this is going to be working its way more to the east. A little bit of snow is possible across the northeast here, West Virginia, Pennsylvania. Let's see here, portions like New York. Possibly could see a bit of winter weather activity here for basically the early 4th. We'll have to look at the other models and see what they agree with that one as well, or if they agree with that at all. Then the high pressure system will build back in. But then, as we approach January 5th, we're going to have another storm system develop here across coastal Texas, driving a lot more rain for the south, Louisiana, Arkansas, portions here of Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, and then all heck breaks loose. Okay, so then what's going to be happening here is for the 6th. The 6th is the day we need to look for, okay? January 6th is the day we need to be very careful, and the day we got to really be looking out for it. So as we work our way here into the 6th, you can see a lot of wintry weather starts to build on the GFS model. You can see portions here towards like Kentucky, Ohio, possibly Indiana. More importantly, like West Virginia, Virginia, possibly getting really hit by some heavy snow. So this is, according to this model, it's showing it happening here basically for the late 6th into the early 7th. And then, as we progress into the 7th, that will continue to the northeast here for places like, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. And, of course, here, as we approach the 8th, it should relatively be calm. And, of course, GFS goes crazy with another system right after that. But at that point, I'm not too confident on this guy. But the big snowstorm here for the 6th into the 7th seems very likely. Now, let me work our way over here to another model. Now, this one's called the CMC. The one we just looked at was the GFS. So, as you can see here, from the CMC model, as we approach here late 5th, a lot of precipitation. Now, this model in particular has a bit of snowfall for places like Oklahoma, places like Arkansas, which is pretty interesting. And, of course, we work our way further down in time, and we start to see that winter weather start to begin here for the beginning of the 6th. Now, according to this model, it kind of shows a decent amount of, overall, decent kind of amount of sleet and some freezing rain possibly mixing in. But look at this, same overall ordeal is a bunch of winter weather, a little bit further to the north here according to this model, but still is for places like Ohio, Virginia, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and of course once we work our way to the 7th and into the 8th, that will seriously impact the Northeast as well. So we're talking a pretty strong nor'easter. So once again, GFS, CMC model, both support this really nasty storm system. So then we look at another model. So this is the Icon. Now, like I said, it's obviously good to gather as much information on the models as possible. That way we can kind of see what's the most frequent, the most frequent thing between the models. Obviously, you kind of want to throw out the things that don't match up between the models, and you want to keep the things that do match up. So Icon, this is another model we look at here regarding this winter weather scenario, and you can see here, if we actually hop over here to the 12 Zulu, this is the latest full run, and you can see, look at this, for January 6th, 10 p.m., late the 6th, there you go. Once again, showing the same thing as these models are showing. So Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, and then once we approach into the 7th, now this one has something very different, and that's the thing of the Northeast not being as impacted. Obviously, I can't say that the Northeast won't be as impacted. This is just one model, so we still really don't know about the Northeast regarding that. But it seems like the models are really targeting the Mid-Atlantic, really targeting kind of some of these areas here. So like, portions of like Kentucky, areas here of Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania seem to be right in that bullseye point of at least where the winter weather is expected to start. So then we have another model. We're going to hop over here. So this one's called the ECMWF, which is one of the most popular models and arguably one of the most accurate models overall. So the ECMWF, we work our way down in time here for basically the 6th, and boom, look at that. It's kind of hard to see. Let's see. There you go. So you can kind of see it there. So Kentucky, Ohio, Virginia, West Virginia gets it. And of course, it works its way across the Northeast, and the Northeast gets pounded for the 7th, working our way here into the 8th. So what can we learn between what all these models we're talking about? So first of all, we looked at 4 models, right? We looked at the American GFS, we looked at the Icon, CMC, and ECMWF. So all the models show the storm happening. All the models show some type of winter precipitation right in the mid-Atlantic. Right off the bat, that is solid agreement. That is solid agreement between the models. And the thing is, what makes us even more confident, more higher confidence, is the fact of how long these models have been supporting the system. For example, this is the latest GFS run. This is the latest run from the GFS. The 6 hours ago, from the last run, it's there. 6 hours ago, it's there. And you can see for the last several runs here, we have been seeing the system very consistent on the models. I mean, each one of these frames is 6 hours into the past, the 6 hour previous run. So you can see literally for a long time, I mean, a couple days worth of models, it's continuously supporting this here overall. So that's something I really wanted to show you guys overall, which is very, very interesting. Now, when it comes to the whenever it comes to the overall accumulation, I'm sure that's a big question between you guys right now. I still think it's a little bit too early, but I do think we could have a significant amount of precipitation. I think that some areas could possibly see well over 6-10 inches in some areas. We'll have to watch it. Like I said, it really depends on the strength, where it ends up overall. It also depends on the temperatures, not just at the surface, but up in the air as well. There's a lot of factors, okay? There's a lot of factors that come into consideration here. So that's why I'm holding off on snowfall. But I definitely do think that some significant totals in some areas could be quite a possibility. So I definitely do think that this will be possibly a pretty nasty storm. That I really do. I am very confident on this system being a pretty brutal one. So we'll definitely need to be looking out for it. Now, once again, if you guys are just joining here, the main event here is going to start off as a bunch of rain. Starting off as a bunch of rain across the southeastern United States here for basically the morning of January 6th. Actually starting for the afternoon, evening of the 25th. Driving a lot of precipitation, like I was saying, for Louisiana, Arkansas, portions here of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, those regions. And then as we approach here into the 7th, so basically the late 6th into the early 7th, that is where we see a lot of that nasty winter weather really start to pop off, okay? So that is when we need to be on the extra lookout here, is basically for the late 6th into the 7th. And of course, that does have the potential of carrying into the northeast here throughout the 7th into the 8th. It should be out by the 8th. And of course, the GFS is showing another storm system. Wow, that's actually been consistent too. Look at that. Whoa, dude. So for January 8th, a day or two after the first storm here, according to the GFS, there could be another storm out there towards the central U.S. Let's see the other models on that. CMC shows that as well. Icon, let's see here. Icon. Okay, it shows it, but it's not as potent. So that's something to also watch for. Shoot, we might not just have one, but 2 storm systems rolling through. That's actually a little concerning. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye on it. Obviously, it's still a little ways away. A lot of things can still change, but certainly possible. Certainly possible. Let's see here. Will Joplin, Missouri get hit by snow? No, we're not really expecting any big snow to occur out in those regions there. Not anytime soon. Anyways, we'll have to watch out for that second storm we were just talking about there for basically the 8th overall. Still a little ways away, but you might get a little bit of precipitation regarding just rainfall. But anyways, let's see, just like 2010, dude, Snowmageddon, that's what they called it. Crazy year, I tell you. And honestly, what's even more kind of crazy is that the conditions worldwide are very similar to how it was back in 2010. Basically a really big, El Nino, really strong El Nino. It really allows for an abundance of moisture to accumulate across the south. and allows for a bit more cooler air to dig deeper down into the country, which allows for more southeastern and eastern overall snowstorms and so potential severe weather events. But on these storms I was looking at, let's go and hop over here. I was actually looking at this before the live stream started today. So I'm not seeing any potential for severe weather, including like thunderstorms or whatever. I don't think that that's going to be a really big concern. I mean, you could see a little bit of instability possibly working its way out there towards the Gulf, but I don't think any severe weather will be a concern. So that's good news. Right now, it just kind of seems like a bunch of rain for the south and a bunch of snow for the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. Let's see here. But anyways, what's up, Misty? Hope you're doing good. Should we be on alert in Lebanon, Pennsylvania? So really, if you live in Pennsylvania, anywhere in the state, I would keep an eye on it. Because, the models do kind of target those areas. It seems very likely. Very, very likely that, Pennsylvania will be impacted. For example, here's the CMC model we were talking about. Let's go and zoom in on this one. So the CMC model is showing that storm system. We're going to zoom into the northeast here, actually, for this. So you can see this model, CMC, shows a lot of snowfall here from basically the late 6th into the 7th. The GFS model shows that as well for basically actually more of the early 7th rather than the late 6th. And when it comes to Icon, let's see here, with the latest model and stuff like that, the Icon also shows a bit of Pennsylvania getting a decent amount of snowfall. So that's something we need to keep an eye out there for. Something we definitely need to. So if you live in Pennsylvania, really, I would say if you live out in mostly of these areas, like eastern Kentucky, pretty much, like southern Ohio, I mean, literally most of Pennsylvania. And we're still watching the Northeast, but also like Virginia, West Virginia. These areas need to be really on alert here for the next couple days. Because like I said, I mean, it's just consistent between the models showing winter weather. Not just for a long period of time now showing this, but all the models are showing here. Let's see here. Dred says, will Central Ohio get a good amount of snow? So, Central Ohio, obviously, there is a possibility that we could get some snow out of the storm system. It's certainly a possibility. However, I think that most of the heavy snow should remain mostly to the east, mostly east of Ohio. There is some models that do show a bit of heavy snowfall across like Ohio, but I think it's mostly going to be more for these areas, like Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. But I certainly do think that it is possible that we could see a bit of snowfall across Ohio. Yeah, certainly. Let's see here. Tyler says, hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you, Tyler. Really appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, I don't ask for much on this channel, my friends. I really don't. Just you guys hanging out with us. That's, and being weather aware. That's all we care about. So. Just thank you all for joining us today. Let's see here, because I'm about an hour and a half from Philly. Gotcha. So, like I was mentioning, obviously it's not a good time to look at the accumulations regarding snowfall. I mean, I will look at them. We'll look at these snowfall accumulations according to these models, but don't get your hopes up, okay? Because this is still likely going to change. Now, according to the GFS model, it is showing upwards of over a foot in some areas here, such as the portions here of Virginia, eastern West Virginia, southern Pennsylvania. Once again, it's still a little early. This is kind of a shot in the dark here, but that's according to the GFS. We could see a little bit of accumulation, quite a bit actually, showing that. Now, CMC model, this one shows that accumulation a little bit more to the north here. In some areas still upwards of over a foot. That's what I'm saying. I think this could be a pretty brutal storm system. Now, the Icon model, obviously not showing as much, but still we're talking upwards of, 6 to 10 inches, locally higher. So you see how different they are, right? They're not all in sync. Regarding the snowfall. There was one that was showing it above, like Virginia. There was some that showing it heaviest for Virginia. A lot of big differences. Let's see here. Let's see. Mark says West Virginia. So you will definitely likely experience a decent amount of snowfall there, Mark. I mean, considering most of the models do show a lot of snowfall for some of those regions there. The CMC is kind of an outcast, kind of showing, not as much out there, versus like the Icon model, with the Icon showing, a good amount of snow across those regions as well. So we'll see. How much accumulation for New York City? So, like I said, it's a little early to tell. It's no way to be, no way to be certain quite yet, because it is still, we're talking 5 days out still. I mean, still is a little ways away. New York City will at least see a couple inches, I believe. I mean, but like I said, once again, models are still not fully in agreement. As you can see here, the icon is one that really doesn't show as much accumulation for the Northeast. Meanwhile, you have like the CMC, which shows it really cranking across the Northeast. Same thing with the GFS here as well, showing that actually a little bit more to the south, but still portions of the South, Northeast getting impacted. Let's see here. But anyways, so yeah. See, send some snow to South Carolina. Shoot, I need some snow, and I'm in Florida. I don't think we're going to get it. But South Carolina, honestly, considering the conditions we're in this year, I would not be surprised if we did get some snow down there. Absolutely. Now, with this system, like I said, there's going to be a lot of rain, too. It's not just going to be a pure snow event. The good news, at least from what I'm seeing right now, is I don't think we're going to have severe thunderstorms. No tornadoes, no hail, no damaging winds. I don't think that's going to be a concern with the storm, at least from what I'm seeing now. Okay, at least from what I'm looking at right now. It seems like the instability is mostly across the Gulf and not into the main U.S. But, you never know. That could change a bit. But anyways. Let's see here. What about Gatlinburg, Tennessee, says Janet. So for Gatlinburg, when it comes to it, you're kind of on a pivot point here. According to the GFS model, out there in that region, basically eastern Tennessee, it could really go either way. I mean, it really depends on the central low. If it's to your west, that usually means that more warm air could be in the region, which would allow for not really much snow. GFS kind of shows some snow for those upper elevations there, kind of towards Tennessee. CMC model, on the other hand, this one shows mostly rain. Icon here, kind of shows some snow for those upper elevations. Now, I'm not ruling out the potential of snow, but I'm just saying it seems like it could just be mostly rain. It seems like that's what the models are kind of agreeing on at the moment. But remember, that can change because it's still a couple days away. Let's see here. What about Knoxville? What about Knoxville, Tennessee? Gotcha. So Knoxville, kind of the same thing, actually. I believe Knoxville's kind of a valley area, so you're kind of a little bit lower elevation. So that rain we were just talking about would be most likely across the valleys, because in the valleys it's actually a little bit more warmer. Obviously, the more higher you go up in elevation, the cooler it gets. So those upper elevations have the best potential of seeing snowfall. But like I said, right now it's still not quite too known as to if you're going to experience a good amount of snowfall, if you're going to not see any of it. We'll see. Just remain tuned, because like I said, we're going to do updates every day until the event happens, and then once the event happens, we'll go live for it. I'll cover it live. I'll give you guys information as this thing happens. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We'll be here for you guys. Let's see here. Is the rain and snow going to mix? Well, obviously in some areas you'll have a wintry mix right on that line. It really depends on the model, though, like I was saying. But, yeah. Let's see here. Prince George, Virginia. Okay, we'll do a couple of these areas. I used to live in Virginia, actually. So I lived in Prince William, not Prince George. So yeah, you're kind of in the southeast side. So models really have it mostly rainfall for you, my friend. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, unless you hate snow. If you hate snow, this is good. But if you love snow, it's kind of out there by Richmond, right, a little bit to the east. So it'll most likely be rain for those areas. You can see the southeast, southeastern Virginia, like Newport News, Virginia Beach, Richmond. Kind of where you're showing us. I mean, models here, as you can see, we just looked at 3 different models, and they all show those areas mostly being rain. So it seems unlikely. It seems unlikely as of now, but you never know. A miracle could change, and the whole system could shift a little more to the east, and could bring that snow along with it. We'll see. Let's see here. How much snow do I think we'll get this week here in Charlottesville? Charlottesville. Okay, you're a little more to the north here. Yeah, Charlottesville is also a really hard place to forecast for. I mean, considering the snow line is right near you. And especially with the range that we have. I mean, look at this. The CMC model shows a lot of frozen precipitation, like ice and, sleet. I should say, and freezing rain. It's really hard to tell. It is really hard to tell right now. I can't answer. I simply cannot answer that right now because you're right on the event line. Let's see. Will Elizabeth, New Jersey, see anything? So I do think that New Jersey has a solid chance at seeing snow. Absolutely, for literally the entire state. I mean, look at that. GFS showing it, CMC model showing, kind of on that event line. Let's see here, Icon. Yeah, I believe that's the only model that showed on the event line. Yeah, look at this. So obviously, Icon has the southern side mostly rain, but then it cools down, turns into snow at the end of the event. But I think New Jersey could be in a zone where snowfall will be possible. Absolutely. Let's see here. The second system has been trending on all models for about 5 days now. On the January 8th to 10th. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I saw that. Yep. How close? Yeah, I did look at that, my friend. And here, I'll go ahead and bring you guys back over. If you're just now joining us, so not only do we have a little disturbance, a little rain system rolling through. It's not going to be a big deal. But we got the first storm system to drive a lot of snow, potentially for the Mid-Atlantic, Ohio Valley, Northeast here for basically, the 6th, 7th, and kind of rolling out by the 8th. Then, of course, as the 8th comes by, as the first system rolls out, another one develops across the central U.S. That's the idea from the models right now. Showing a lot of rain for the Midwest, the western, southeast, southern plains, and a bit of snow for the central plains. CMC model, you can see it shows it as well. Shows that snow a little bit more to the north, but still keeps a lot of the Midwest mostly wet with rain. We'll just have to see how that second one plays out. Let's just get through the first snowstorm first, or the first big storm system here, and then we'll talk about that second one more. I mean, obviously, we'll continue to give you guys updates on it as time progresses and as we gather more information. But anyways, see, I'm looking for very heavy snow in Charlottesville. Will there be a possible blizzard conditions? I wouldn't go that far by saying blizzard conditions possible. Wouldn't say that's a possibility as of now anyways. I mean, it'll certainly be quite a snowstorm for sure. We'll have to look at the winds, actually. That's actually a really good idea on the models. Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, that could be a really big problem for more of the coastline. You can see out there towards, like Virginia Beach, Newport News. Depends on where that central low goes. I mean, coastal New Jersey. Could be an issue. So basically what's happening here is we got some strong winds aiming right at the coast. So what happens is the winds actually push water. So the winds are pushing water towards the coastline. So you can only imagine with the water being pushed towards the coastline, coastal flooding could be a possibility. Polygon says, what day is the event? This is January 6th through the 8th. And of course we have another storm system here for the 8th to possibly start across the central U.S. We'll see. Let's see. Shenandoah Valley, Virginia might be a center of storm. Looking at it right. We'll see. The models are still kind of hopping around with that central low. I mean, the CMC model has... Let's see. We're going to hop back over here. CMC model has that central low kind of across southeastern Virginia. The GFS model has that central low kind of across southeast Virginia as well. Icon, on the other hand, let's see here. This model has that low southeast Virginia. It seems like the low is going to be relatively in southeast Virginia from what it looks like. So where that central low pressure is going to be, you're more than likely going to see rain and on the east of that. Because with these systems, it's relatively simple how they work. It's actually pretty cool. So first of all, we have that central low. So that's your engine. That's where your low pressure system is located. And these guys rotate, actually. They rotate counterclockwise. So what's happening here is, in simple terms, we have a lot of warm air. Since we're kind of dragging up here, it's actually dragging up some warm air from the south. So obviously the further south you go, the more warmer it is, closer to the equator, overall warmer. So all that warmer air is going to be pulling up, and the opposite happens on this side. That's why this side is all snow, and while this side's all rain, is because actually a bit of cold air, from up north in the Arctic regions pulls down. So it's kind of like a big mixer here. So we're mixing the warm air on the east, cold air on the west, in which the cold air on the west allows for snow. And so, like I said, it's really important where that low pressure system is and how strong it is, meaning how much air it's bringing up and how much air it's bringing down. If that makes hopefully this makes sense to you guys, but hopefully. So Quiet Kid, I don't think there's going to be the potential of severe weather, man. We talked about that here a minute ago. models like the GFS has some instability with this storm system, so a little bit of energy for thunderstorms, but it mostly stays out to the Gulf. So portions like, maybe out there by Florida locally, it seems pretty capped out. I don't think, even low instability out there too, I don't think we're going to see anything out there. But anyways. What do I think the Shenandoah Valley will get snow-wise? Numbers I'm seeing 5 to 8 inches. Way too early to tell. I guarantee that number will change. Guarantee it. So like I was mentioning here, the models, they're still not consistent. I mean, they're consistent in the fact that we're seeing snow for these areas, but, you can see they're a little off. Here's the CMC model showing more frozen precipitation, like, sleet and freezing rain, while the GFS shows, kind of a mixture of both. And then you have the Icon model, which shows, basically, a bunch of heavy snow for these areas here. So, let's see here. How about Athens, Ohio? So, I mean, honestly, you should probably know where Ohio is on the map here. Some models have it barely skimming Ohio. Some models have it, kind of going through Ohio a little bit. I think, honestly, if you live in the southeastern side of Ohio, I think that's where you have the highest probability of seeing winter weather. We'll just have to keep an eye on it. Now, obviously, like I said, with the amount of accumulations, with this here, still don't really know. Let's see here. My area is also in a moderate for snow. Oh, National Weather Service. Gotcha. What about Pikeville, Kentucky? Let's see here. Pikeville, Kentucky. Okay, so you, my friend, are on the eastern side. Gotcha. So, yeah, I mean, even eastern Kentucky should keep an eye on it. Let's see here. Icon model shows that area getting heavily hit by some snow. GFS as well, actually, showing a good amount of snow in eastern Kentucky. Icon model, yep, shows it. So we looked at CMC, Icon, GFS, and the ECMWF model, which is the European model, actually has a bunch of snow going further west into more like central Kentucky, which would probably bring you some snow as well. Yeah, absolutely. So this is, oh, shoot. Here you go. So that's your European model right here. Let me go ahead and move that. There you go. So yeah, your European model here, you can see as we approach the event here. So a lot of central eastern Kentucky, southern Ohio, a lot of Virginia, kind of more on the western side, western and northern Virginia, Pennsylvania, yeah, Maryland, and eventually working its way to the northeast here. So pretty bad storm, I tell you that. Pretty crazy storm out there. But anyways, so we'll have to keep an eye on it, my friends. Let me hop over here real quickly. I'm going to hop over to the radar for one split second, for no in particular reason. We do have a couple snow showers across West Virginia, but I wanted to pull up something here. Let's see. So when I lived in Virginia, I lived in Northern Virginia, there was a site I used to go to tell me the overall winter weather impact. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and work you guys back over here now. So when it comes to days 3 to, here you go, day 6. There you go. So confidence seems low, obviously because there's so much changing between the models, but the overall confidence of the system existing is very high. You see how they do this here? Potential impact is very high for most of these areas, especially out there in the west. So basically like Western Virginia, obviously, portions here like Eastern West Virginia too. Maryland, obviously, potential impact is already a level 3. So this could be a big one. This definitely has the potential to be quite a big storm. Let's see here. But yeah, so that's what's going on, guys. Let's look at those temperatures too. That's kind of what I want to see here as well. Temperatures. So for the events, they should be wow, actually, so that's getting pretty chilly, not gonna lie. So by 4 p.m., a lot of the Northeast is gonna be in the 20s and even the teens, possibly in some areas, which is pretty interesting. GFS model. It looks like that freezing point is going to be mostly for those upper elevations there, as you can kind of see right near freezing. But then after the event here, it looks like the temperatures are going to really possibly heat up here. So I don't think that snow would last too long. I'm not going to lie. A lot of it's going to melt as soon as that storm system rolls through. Because, shortly after the storm system rolls through, the next day, we're possibly talking for, like, Virginia, mid-40s. I mean, it's a really, wow, look at that. CMC goes nuts. Let's look at this. Wow, CMC goes nuts for the 8th here, showing a really big dip in the temperatures. Freezing points right here, all the way down to southern Georgia. Wow. I'll say, what about Nashville? So Pilot, so with Nashville, I don't think we'll probably see much of anything. I don't think so. Reason is because, let's see here, we're going to show y'all. So Nashville, obviously being up here in the northwest quadrant, overall, the models here, when it comes to this winter system, overall, mostly keeps it to the northeast of you. So you can see, I mean, you'll likely get some precipitation. You'll likely get some, rainfall out of this. But I don't think you're going to get any wintry weather. Let's see here. The American GFS model keeps it relatively in rainfall. Icon hardly even has you getting any precipitation for one, so unlikely. Charlie, St. Louis would be the same thing. Honestly, most models don't even support the system getting near St. Louis. So no big issues for St. Louis. This storm system is going to be east of you. See, I picked a good time to move to Florida. Shoot, I tell you, man, I think this has the potential to be a pretty good one. I think a lot of places are going to possibly see some areas up to over a foot. I mean, it's just depending on where that's the case. Where, that's the big question. Because all the models, they hint up over 12 inches in some areas. So, it's definitely a good potential. Will Minnesota get snow? From this event, no. No, from this event, absolutely not. Honestly, I don't see any big winter storms expected for Minnesota anytime soon. Typical snowfall. I mean, a little bit of snow we'll see, possibly for the 7th, but yeah, not too sure. Not too confident on that. Do I think that central New Jersey will see accumulated snow? I think it's a good possibility. The models still need to work out the overall, the line of who's going to see it and who's not. But you can see how, New Jersey, in this case, the GFS, shows a good amount. CMC at this moment here shows it mostly rainfall, which, obviously we're not having full agreement. That's what I was, mentioning there. The icon, though, you can kind of see how it does turn into some snow. I think it's certainly possible. I think it's definitely certainly possible. Let's see here. You're very welcome, Stacy. No problem. Brad 61701. Illinois. So yeah, Illinois shouldn't get anything honestly out of this event. Honestly, mostly going to be to the east. Yeah, Illinois. Even Indiana probably won't see anything out of this. You're going to be stuck in high pressure for the next couple of days, which is going to allow you to be relatively calm. Yep. Very excited for the snow day. Last time we got in snow was like 3 weeks ago. Lucky? Even that's nice. I haven't seen snow in like 2 years. Because last year I was in Florida during winter. This year I was down in Florida during winter. Shoot, even the year I was up in Kentucky and Virginia, it didn't snow. It did not snow. Which was terrible. Let's see here. R. Farrell says Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia. So obviously, yeah, you need to watch out for it. But let me look at the warnings. I don't think we have any advisories. Yeah, no hazard or anything. Yeah, nothing's out right now. Still a little too far away, but wouldn't be surprised if a couple of days before the event comes through. Like a day or two before the event starts. Maybe even 3 days before the event starts, we'll probably get some watches being issued. Just depends. National Weather Services do things a little different. Let's see here. Brad says thanks. No problem. No problem. Rain, you're incorrect about that. saying large storm systems are not are in the wait, what? No large storm systems are in the forecast anytime soon, says Rain. That's false. That's actually very false. Even the Weather Prediction Center mentions of this big storm system, and not to mention, I mean, if you can see the models here, GFS showing it, CMC showing it, Icon showing it. There you go. Icon showing it. Shoot, even ECMWF, European model, is showing it. So all the models show it. So the confidence is high, man. Confidence is high. You need to understand that. Let's see. I don't want snow in Milwaukee. You probably won't see it in Milwaukee. No, Milwaukee's going to be mostly out of this event here. Yeah, considering the event's going to be pretty far to the southeast of those areas. Brad says I'm ready for some snow. I hear you, man. I hear you. But anyways, let's see here. Rain total, says Kimberly. Let's see, 71405. So obviously with the system, it's still gonna be a little hard. Yeah, it's a ball. It's still gonna be a little hard to tell even with rain accumulations too. Obviously, snow's harder to forecast, but you know, considering we're still a couple days away, precipitation could be pretty high. Icon showing somewhere between like 1 to 3 inches of rain. CMC shows it as well. GFS. I think there could be a lot of rain. I think you possibly could see quite a bit. Footage of 7.4. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Any possibility it could shift west, western Kentucky? I don't think so. I think it's mostly locked in because the models have this central low positioned, you know, kind of across southeast Virginia. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to get any snow, but I don't think you're going to get big snow out of this event here. I mean, if you live in eastern Kentucky, you'd have a much better probability. Yeah, much better probability in eastern Kentucky versus western Kentucky. But you know, still can't be ruled out. Still looking out there for it. Let's see here. But anyways, yeah, like I said, guys, if y'all have any questions, feel free to let me know. Like I said, I don't ask for anything on this channel, really, but if you guys could, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. It would be greatly appreciated. The goal with the new year, I'm trying to shoot for 50,000 subscribers. It's a very big goal. That's 30 more thousand subscribers than what we have. We're going to try for it. We're going to try for it. So, guys, please help us out with an early head start. If you've not already, consider subscribing. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. What's up, Brady? Hope you're doing good. Marianne says North Carolina, or New Jersey, sorry, shore. Gotcha. Mary, keep an eye on the storm here because I think that New Jersey could possibly be impacted. We'll have to still see. I mean, some models show it more impactful than others. Overall, we'll keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it for sure. I want snow in Missouri. Yeah. Not out of this event, my friend. Have a good night, says Brad. Yeah, you too, man. Baltimore, New Mexico. This system is going to be very far away from New Mexico, by the way. What about D.C.? D.C. has a good potential, actually. Yeah, D.C. hasn't seen a good snowstorm in quite a few years. I lived near D.C. D.C. I lived up in Prince William County for most of my life, actually. We had 2 big snows I remember in my lifetime, 2010, 2016. Pretty crazy. Yeah, they were pretty nuts. But yeah, no, I think DC has a good potential. All the models, most of the models there showing pretty good amount of potential. Look at this Icon model showing it really coming down. I mean, you're right next to the event line between snow and rain, so we'll have to see. See, Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah, Baltimore, Maryland should definitely keep an eye out there for it. How much snow will Cincinnati receive? Unknown about snow totals, and honestly, confidence isn't the greatest for Cincinnati receiving a lot of snow. We'll keep an eye on it. 2016 was insane. It was. That storm's called Winter Storm Jonas. Dropped several feet of snow where I was at. Let's see here. Cheesy. Let's see, 21015. 21015. Maryland. Gotcha. Yeah, so Northeast Maryland. I honestly think you need to watch for this one, for sure. Still watching out with the models. obviously there's still a few things that can change between them. All right, let's go and refresh the ECMWF model. Let me actually go ahead and zoom into the Northeast. How about that? Or to the Mid-Atlantic, I should say. Gives a better view. There you go. Bingo. Look at that. So that's your European model. Really showing it come down. Yeah, this one actually shows it really heavy across central Kentucky, which is pretty crazy. Let's see here. Hail, once we take a look here at 47882. Let's see here. 47882. Indiana. Yeah, Indiana will likely not see anything out of this event, my friend. I mean, I don't think you will, considering most models really don't show much about it. Yeah, the GFS here you can see kind of shows most of that just well to your east. So I don't see anything big for those areas, my friend. I think we're going to be relatively calm. Did I say northwest Kentucky, mostly rain? Western Kentucky has a better probability of seeing really not much. You know, so I was saying eastern Kentucky has the best probability in Kentucky of seeing snow. Let's see here. Polar vortex. Let me take a look here at 26757. 26757. West Virginia. Oh, yeah, West Virginia. Yeah, man, you got good potential. I think you're in one of the bullseye areas that could really see some snow. You're kind of in that point between where all the models are showing heavy snowfall, kind of there for the panhandle. You got potential, my friend. You do. Let's see here. Here's the GFS model. Yeah, look at that. GFS really has you getting it. Yeah, keep an eye on it, my friend. How much snow for Albany, New York? Too early to tell accumulations, my friend. I mean, considering, yeah, some models don't have it hitting the Northeast as much as others. What's up with the Euro showing up to a half-inch of snow in Georgia? The Euro shows that? Don't see that, my friend. I mean, there's like no precipitation that goes by unless just rain. Are you talking about rain accumulations? I can see that. Yeah. Amy says, thank you. You're very welcome, my friend. Stacy, how is 37821? 37821. Let's see here. Tennessee. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, Eastern Tennessee. So it's really those upper elevations that has got to be looking out for it. But I do think Eastern Tennessee could see some impacts out of it, potentially. Still a little unclear exactly, but we shall see. Yeah, like the European model hardly shows anything going in Eastern Tennessee. Let's try GDPS. That's actually another model we haven't looked at. Wow. GDPS, look at that one. So that makes 5 models we looked at. All the models we looked at show it. That's pretty crazy. So all 5 models show the system hitting pretty hard. Let's see, Buffalo, New York. Hard to tell, man. It really is. GDPS shows you getting hit. GFS, yeah, it really kind of has it skimming to your east. A lot more information we need to figure out, my friend. Let's see here. Newspeak says, new subscriber, thank you. See, how about Lockport, 14094. 14, what you said, 14094. Gotcha. Yeah, that's out by Buffalo, isn't it? By Buffalo. Yeah, literally we just talked about it. Kind of a little difficult to be for sure. A little bit hard to be for sure, my friends. Let me take off my jacket. It's getting a little hot in here. Watch the movie Snowmageddon. I know the movie Armageddon. Shoot. Armageddon was a pretty good movie. All right. Let's see. Stacy says, thank you and Happy New Year. You too, Stacy. Appreciate it, my friend. Aaron says, hoping to see some snow. 21740. 21740. Hagerstown, gotcha. Yeah, okay, you, my friend, I think you got some potential on you for seeing snowfall. I mean, no matter really what model you look at, it kind of shows a lot of those areas there. I mean, look at that. GFS shows it, pretty hefty. European model, pretty hefty. I mean, you're in a pretty solid area, my friend Aaron. I think you will see some snow. Absolutely. I'll be posting this on my YouTube channel. So okay, cool. Mary says hi, y'all. What's up, Mary? Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. Aaron says sweet. Yeah, I think you have good potential, my friend. I do. Try UK Met. Winter weather. Total snowfall. I don't even know if this reaches far enough. Oh wow, it does. Barely. Shoot, that's now 6 models to show it. Drew, let's see here. 68507. 7. Nebraska. You won't see anything out of this storm, my friend. I can tell you that one. Let's see here. But a little bit. Some models show a little bit of snow for the 5th, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Mary, let's see here. Let's see what here. 44691. 44691. Worcester. I think some snow could be a possibility out there. I mean, you're kind of in like north central Ohio. I think it's possible that we could see something. But the heaviest will more than likely be well east of you. So, can I see Euro snow accumulation? I could, but just know it's not accurate, okay? Because we're still talking several days away. All right? Just know that, please. Wow, dude. Yeah, Euro really kicks off things pretty heavily. That some areas over a foot. Locally, I think that's very possible. Let's see here. Has the trend been over the past few runs? Or how has the trend been over the past few runs? It's been pretty crazy, my friend. Let's see GFS here. So we can see this right here. This is right now, this run. A run before, 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 run before. So add that up. There's 4 runs a day. There's 4 runs per day. What do I think is the most reliable model? There's really no way of telling which one's the most reliable. We wouldn't know that until after the event happens. Kind of show you which one it is. See here, Tennessee gonna get it? Possibly, not for sure. Tennessee will probably see some type of winter weather, I'm assuming. But I think it's more up north for the heavy stuff. I think it's mostly like West Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania with the heaviest out of this one. So, models are starting to get consistent. They sure are, my friend. They are. They're getting real consistent. So we're getting pretty crazy, my friend. I'm curious to see like once the mid-range models like NAM and stuff like that start to come through. Let's see here. Yeah, it's certainly interesting. Let's see, Northeastern wants to take a look here at 07. Let's see, 07208. 07208. New Jersey. So New Jersey, there still is a lot of unknowns about if it's going to be rain or if it's going to be snow. GFS, you can see here, shows mostly snow. CMC model, on the other hand, shows mostly rain. So, you're kind of right there on that line. It really depends on where that central low, where that low pressure system goes. So, we'll definitely have to keep an eye out there for it. Oh my gosh, dude. Got my awesome glasses. I look terrible in these glasses, dude. My mom gave me these because my aviators broke, and I'm extremely sad about it. These are my temporary ones. But I do got to wear glasses sometimes because my eyes are terrible. Terrible, terrible. This helps me, helps my eyes out a lot. Anyways, let's see. So close, but so far away. Yeah, we'll see, Joyce. We'll see how that goes. It is still several days away. I mean, we're still talking, 5 days away? But all the models, I mean, literally, we looked at, 6 models? 6 of them. GDPS, ECMWF, GFS, Icon, CMC, what else? UK Met. Yeah. All right. Oh God, Catman. I think I know which one you're talking about. Is it the one on YouTube Shorts? There's one specific song that keeps on popping up in my feed from YouTube Shorts. I cannot get out of my head. Let's see. Last big snow in Southern Maryland was 2 years ago. We got 15 inches. Wow, pretty good. Lincoln, Nebraska system for January 8th through 9th will not be this system. No, it's not. They're 2 different systems. Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on them. Let me actually show you guys what we're talking about. There's actually another storm here. So we have, obviously, this guy, this one right here. We work away for the 8th. Another system. Now, this has actually been pretty consistent, too, as you can see. Last several models, it's been there. So we'll see. Dawn, Alaska, we really can't forecast. Considering my programs don't do very well out in Alaska. We mostly can cover the 48 states. The main 48s. Yeah, for Alaska and Hawaii, it's very difficult for us to forecast. Because a lot of these models don't go out there. Yes, Catman, that's it. Yeah. Isn't that stupid brown bear thing that they're jumping and... Shoot, I know exactly which one you're talking about, man. That thing is so dumb. Dude, I've had it in my stuck in my head for the last 3 days, bro. Shoot. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Let's see. Tyler says conditions for South Georgia with the system occurring Wednesday. Sleet just rain. So we're not going to see any winter weather down there for Georgia out of the system here. I can guarantee you that one. What you're going to see is heavy rain. Heavy rain. So, see that the recent models are trending the snowstorm more north. I've seen them kind of trending a little bit more to the east, actually, which has been pretty interesting. Yeah, you can see how it's kind of going a little bit more to the east overall. Yeah, but models really picked up on this thing, dude. Really, really have. Seen the short about it, too. Dude, it's so bad. It's terrible, dude. Looks like a true Floridian, says Roadster. Yeah. Official Florida man. Anyways, but yeah, guys, if y'all have any questions, feel free, let me know. We'll be here for y'all. Let's see here. 513 wants me to take a look here at 45215. 45215. See, Lockhand. Basically Cincinnati. So Cincinnati, we don't have much information for with the storm because it mostly will be tier east. It will be tier east, the heaviest of it. Still a possibility you could see some snow on it. I think some models don't have it that heavy. Some models have some. Some models have none. For example, Icon has literally like that cutoff right at Cincinnati. So we'll see. Seen it too like 10, 20 times. Yeah, it's terrible, dude. It's absolutely terrible. God dang it. Catman, dude, I didn't have it stuck in my head. I finally got rid of it until you brought it back up. Let's see here. Can you show the difference of the GFS snow accumulation for Georgia? There's really not going to be much snowfall for either of the models. I can tell you that one. First of all, here's European. Georgia. I mean, I wouldn't count all this, honestly. This is a little suspicious, but like nothing. GFS, on the other hand, like nothing. So don't see anything. So no snow for Wilmington, Ohio. Now, like I said, Ohio should watch it for sure, because some areas will more than likely see a little bit of snowfall. You know, some of these central eastern areas, possible. But the big stuff is going to be pretty much to the south and east. We need to time out, Catman. I agree. Thank you for subscribing, Viking. Really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you for our new subscribers. We had Mac, we had Steve, Randy, John. Let's see here. 1922. Dread. See, Lane's Life with Reek. Thank you guys, and all the other people who have subscribed. Some people just don't have their settings turned on. Let's see here. Question: when's the snowfall, or when's the snowstorm supposed to arrive? So it's going to be happening for the late 6th. So basically here for possibly the afternoon, evening of the 6th into the early 7th. That's the heaviest. So we'll keep an eye on it. Now the amounts, very drastic. Models have it all over the place, which it's still too early to take accumulations, honestly. It's too early to take them serious. So let's see here. Kansas City and Chicago on the 9th. Kansas City, Missouri. Let's look at the GFS here. Wow, interesting. So the GFS really shows some snow in that last run. Previous run before that, though, not much. As you can see, it's still relatively fresh. Yeah, I mean, Icon doesn't even show hardly any rain even for you. So, we'll see. I feel like the Euro is more accurate. Statistically, it kind of is. But, you know, not for every event. I've seen events where the Euro very heavily flops. And I've seen events where it really shines. I mean, I've seen them both. I mean, that's really with every model. I've seen GFS do really good before. I've seen GFS do very bad. I've seen Euro do very good. I've seen Euro do very bad. It doesn't always relate to every storm. You know, that's why you should never just trust one model in particular. You got to kind of grab what they all agree on, and you got to kind of remove what they disagree on overall, if that makes sense. Absolutely. It's going to be for this weekend with the heavy snow, right? So whatever day the 6th and 7th is, let's see. Yep, Saturday and Sunday. Dude, that's going to suck for the kids wanting to get out of school. It's going to be on a weekend. They'll probably have some of it cleared up by then. I think there will definitely still be some outage or some, you know, snow closings. School closings, not snow closings. But also power outages, I think, could be a big problem. You know, anytime you get some big snow, you get accidents, people running the power lines. It's pretty crazy. I'm going to get heavy snow on Saturday and Sunday. Nice. Daniel says Happy New Year. You too, Daniel. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, Happy New Year to you guys. Well, a mix of rain and snow. Well, enjoy, because I'm not getting anything. See, down here, I'm in Central Florida. I'm right in here. I'm right down in here. So I'm going to be getting, like, a little bit of rain. That's about it. When are you planning on being back? Back on Friday, I guess. I'll be back on tomorrow. I stream every day, man. Try to, anyways. Our usual time of updates, like weather updates, is 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. That's when I plan to go live every day. And of course, with the whenever it comes to like coverage, it obviously varies. But I do plan on covering this when it actually happens. Happy New Year to you too, Black Label. Absolutely, my friend. Let's see, I'm moving this Saturday. Cool. Nice, Benjamin. Stay safe, man. And I hope you enjoy your new place. Do I think the track can still change instead of being central to the northeast? I doubt it. I mean, considering how much consistency and how many models are showing it at its current track, It'll probably wiggle around a little bit, but I don't think it's going to really do much different than what the models are kind of suggesting. So, anyways, Pittsburgh area. What are we looking at this weekend? I look awesome with my glasses, y'all. Like I said, snow accumulations, we can't tell. Really, for anybody right now, it's still a little bit iffy. Yeah, really nothing much. Let's see here. Michael, dude, coming with a $5 donation, my friend. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Coming with a $5 super chat saying, used to live in Iowa. We would ask how many feet now live in southeast coast or in southeast coastal North Carolina. Just a mention of snow shuts the city down. Absolutely, my friend. Michael, dude, thank you for the 5. Really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you, thank you. That's very, very sweet of you. Should pop up on my stream here soon. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Happy New Year's to you too, Rob. You as well, my friend. Anyways, see, I'm from Orlando, says Benjamin. Gotcha. I'm not too far from Orlando. I'm actually slightly south of Orlando. I'm between Tampa and Orlando. It's kind of where I'm at. Now, I'll tell you my exact address. My address is... I'm kidding. There we go, Michael. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it, dude. That's very generous of you. Very sweet, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, but we'll definitely need to watch out for this guy. Not like I said, not just 1 but 2 snowstorms here is actually pretty crazy. I mean, considering we're seeing 2 of them potentially. So I'm saying, guys, you know, from the last little bit when I was mentioning, you know, late last year, I really had a feeling, dude, early January, you know, first, second week of January, I think could be really active, and it seems to be playing out that way, man. It does. Any snow from Rhode Island? I think you have a good potential. Yeah. GFS shows it. Let's see, your CMC model. Right on that line. Pretty close. Icon. Oh, wow. Dude, Icon's right on that line, too. We'll see. I do think it's a possibility, though. Thought bro was going to dox him. Yeah, I'm not that dumb. See, I'm lucky because I get so much snow because I'm by Lake Erie. Nice. Yeah, lake effect snow is pretty crazy, isn't it? Is Toronto going to be hit hard? The system? Probably not. I doubt it, honestly. Could I see a scenario where DC gets no snow? Yeah. Yeah. I do see a scenario where DC could just get a bunch of rain. That's if that low pressure tracks more northwest. But if it continues what the models are showing now, I have no problem seeing DC getting snow. How many inches for North New Jersey? No way to tell. No way to tell right now. Considering, first of all, the event's 5 days away here. Not to mention here. Yeah, not to mention the models are still not consistent. So. Richard says, sorry to hear about your cat. Yeah, it was terrible. It's definitely a way to end off a year, that's for sure. Do I think we have a chance for snow for Texas? At some point this year, probably. I doubt anytime soon. Yep, highly doubt anytime soon. Angelina says, Happy New Year, you too? I'm in Michigan. What about us? Out of this system? Nothing. Yeah, there shouldn't be anything out of this system. Let's see here. GFS. So the first system goes through right here. Well, I mean, maybe a little bit. Some models have a little bit of light snow possibly getting out there. And GFS has that really massive... Holy cow, dude. Wow. We'll have to watch for the later portion, like early next week maybe for a storm system, but yeah, shouldn't be too much issues. Definitely set up like a typical El Nino. You are right, my friend. It sure is. It's definitely pretty crazy. Yes, indeed. But all right, guys. Well, I think I'm probably gonna roll off here soon. Just wanted to hop on here for a little bit. Actually, did a little bit longer of a live stream than we typically do. My girlfriend's also down here too. I'm gonna go and spend some time with her, hang out. She has to leave in a couple days, if not tomorrow. So we'll try to figure out. Yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with her. Go grab some food too because I'm starving. Appreciate the donation, Michael. Thank you, man. That means a lot to me. Appreciate it, dude. Very, very sweet of you. And like I said, thank you all for joining. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Thank you, Andrew, says Angelina. You're very welcome. Very, very welcome. Mr. Snow that says, hold on. Benjamin, being from Florida, I feel like preparing for a hurricane, non-tropical. Dude, it's a little late for that, man. I mean, we did have that one weird storm system last month. I think it was early December. That was pretty crazy. Let's see. Tell Arctic I said hello. I will, Catman. She might even be on right now. Probably just not talking. SLDS says good night. All right. Yep. Good night, my friend. But all right, y'all. Well, we're gonna go ahead and roll off here. I appreciate you guys. Once again, big thank you to Michael, dude. That's very sweet of you with the $5 dono. Thank you guys for all the subscribers. Appreciate you guys very much. Like I said, I don't ask for anything hardly much on this channel. But if y'all could, please consider subscribing, leaving a like, maybe sharing this with your friends, family, this channel, and tell them to subscribe. Be greatly appreciated. Like I said, don't ask for much on here, but that would be much, much appreciated, my friend. But all right, you guys. Well, you all have a wonderful rest of your night. The stream is going to head offline here in about 2 minutes. So go ahead and say your final goodbyes to your friends, your family, anybody who else is hanging out in the chat. Go ahead and say your final goodbyes, my friends. And once again, thank you so much for joining. Once again, big shout out goes to Michael for the $5 donation. Greatly appreciated, my friend. And all right, you guys, y'all have a wonderful rest of your night. Once again, Happy New Year's to you guys. Y'all have a great year. And we'll catch you guys here tomorrow. All right, guys, y'all take care, and we'll catch you then.